Hey, what's up, guys? Living Ichigo here, and I'm joined by...
Barack Obama.
Yes. And we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Episode 11.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
I fucking loved it.
Best episode so far.
By far. Probably easily one of my top 10 favorite episodes from, like, DBZ to now.
Yes,
I
really agree. And it kind of blew my mind a bit what they're doing with it. First of all, the battle scene's a lot better than the movie, Battle of Gods.
Oh, it was by far way better. I think this is what Battle of Gods should have been.
Yeah, I felt like now that they had enough time with the two movies, now they can just iron out how they want the stuff to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just epic. They look really fucking powerful.
And, you know, in this episode, they provide more insight as to not only the power of Beerus, because they've been giving us a little bit of, previews,
Super.
a little taste, but we know the capabilities of Super Saiyan God now. We know, in this episode, Goku starts off kind of still learning, trying to get into the powers, and then as it progresses, he reaches God form. And, we were talking about this in Battle of Gods. He didn't seem like a god.
No, he just seemed like he had a power up.
It was a power up.
But now it seems like he is a god.
Yeah.
So pretty much throughout the fight, they're just fighting back and forth, and he's like showing more power.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beerus shoots like the sphere. I think that's the sphere of destruction he shoots. Animation looks a little bit different just because the budget's not as good.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's a sphere of destruction he's throwing at him.
It looked like a supernova.
And
attack.
he just Goku grabs it and just like fucking like
hugs it,
condenses it into a little. I don't know if he's absorbing the power or just like he is absorbing it where the power is dissipating so it doesn't blow up the fucking earth.
Yep.
And he's like really struggling to do it, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm surprised he's doing that.
And this was in the first 5 minutes of the episode where Beerus just says, you know what? I'm going to test your power.
Yeah.
Try to stop this one. Launches this sphere of destruction, and Goku just absorbs it or crushes it. Like nothing, too. He just does it. And he knew what to do with it. This is something that I noticed. Usually Goku just puts his hands and just tries to stop it or deflect it
I've
or Kamehameha.
never seen him do that.
Yeah, it's like he knew in order to stop it, he needed to hug it out. Hug it out. Ah.
And it exploded as he condensed it so small. And then what else? What else was badass about the fighting?
So then after that, let's talk about Beerus just giving it to him. Beerus kind of realizes, what?
The tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he kind of starts headbutting him, but then what he does is he smacks him. He palms him.
Yeah.
Straight like
he's
that.
He's just like, pop. And also Goku shines with energy.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And he goes, he flies, and then the explosion happens. Is he flying so fast the explosion just now catches up to him?
And actually, in between that, because that happened immediately after he launches a sphere of destruction, but there was a little talk exchange, too, which I noticed. So Beerus was kind of joking around at first. He was we see many sides of Beerus. You have the playful, the joking, the angry, the temper tantrum, the childish side. But we saw the joking side of him at first.
Yeah.
And then he realizes that Goku needed to be pushed.
Yep, true.
And so what he does is he gets really serious to the point where it's scary. He was scary.
Yeah, because you're like, well, fuck, you don't want to piss him off.
Yeah.
You don't want to piss off Beerus.
And so, he palms him in the back, and he he just drives him into the earth. But before he does that, he's launching him across the earth.
He's playing ping pong or whatever.
Yeah, it was like he was playing Rocket League with Goku. He's just playing Rocket League, and then he's driving him into the earth.
He's like, oh, it's like, what are you gonna do with your Super Saiyan God powers now? He's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get obliterated if you don't do anything. He's like falling. It looks like a fucking asteroid is about to hit Earth. Like the way he's you know what I mean? Like
the meteor with the impact and the fire going around.
It's when a meteor enters the atmosphere, it has that freaking like the thing in the front where it's it's so hot for how fast they're going.
And what was crazy about it all is Beerus is still not at 100% power.
Nope.
He says he's not even close to it because he knows Goku isn't strong enough.
Yeah, Goku is on the floor almost passed out as a Super Saiyan God on that little island.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, like Bulma's on that ship, and they're all like with Gohan and Piccolo and them. They're all trying to fly over there. Mm-hmm. So I was wondering why Gohan and they just don't fly themselves.
Yeah, and we were talking about that in the previous episode, which you guys could watch the previous video.
Yeah.
We were talking about the fact that they decided to go inside the spaceship rather than just flying. So maybe they just can't keep up.
It is they lost all their energy in the ritual. It took all their energy.
Oh yeah, that's also it too. But then if that was the case, which brings us to our next point, Vegeta.
So okay, funny thing about Vegeta, this whole time he's just sitting on the ship, sitting there. And he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
He's the battle's far away.
He's just there with his arms folded. And he's just watching. He's just watching. As if he's able to keep up. As if maybe, this is my theory. Maybe during the ritual, he's gotten a feel of the Super Saiyan God energy.
That is my guess too.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you exactly when that happens. I'm gonna tell you when it gets proven. So let's get back to that point. Because Vegeta's sitting there. Okay. And then Beerus is like sits on Goku when he's almost passed out. He starts punching him. Mm-hmm. He's like, "I'm sleepy." Yeah. Like he's boring him to sleep.
Yeah, like he's bored
pissed off. Like, "I'm sleepy." And then Goku like freaking headbutts him and like gets a little burst of energy. And then next thing you know, Goku's just floating in the fucking sky because Beerus is headbutting him into the freaking stratosphere.
Oh yeah, like Bulma in the ship. Yeah. They're in the ship and they're flying, and you just see Goku bent backwards.
Yeah, he's like
in the
air, like slow motion,
just completely depleted. Like, yup.
You're like he's literally smacking like he's a soccer ball into space.
He's just smacking him higher and higher into space.
And then they go to space, and then what happens? Beerus pisses him off. Beerus pisses off Goku. He's like, he forms this energy that looks like a fucking atom. That purple energy. It's so little. And when Goku sees that, it's like, he looks at the Earth, he's like, oh shit. Yeah. That thing's just gonna fuck everything up.
And he warns Goku. He says, you can't deflect this, and you can't break it.
Yeah.
He lets him know. But the atom was the size of a fist. It wasn't large at all. It was
it was like the little atom thing. It looks like tiny,
and it was purple-ish. It was like bluish, purplish, and he launches it at Goku, and Goku blasts it. He does a regular ki blast, and he blasts it.
And blows it up.
And then
it causes a gigantic explosion in space.
And then like Beerus, he does that move that Piccolo does against Android 17, but with that.
Yeah, he kind of laughs, and then he's like, okay. Here's like 1,000 of them.
Here's 1,000 of these.
And Goku powers up. He's powering up. He's like, oh, okay. And then he does the Kamehameha. And he stops all of them. Beerus like, what? Like,
so at this point of the video, if you're watching, you're probably wondering what's the difference between this scene and Battle of Gods. In Battle of Gods, he just does his Sphere of Destruction.
And Goku's still God right now.
Yeah, at this point, he hasn't been depleted of his God energy. No,
if anything, he's getting more power.
He's getting more powerful, and by the minute. In Battle of Gods, when they fight in the caves, he loses his power. Mm-hmm. He was already done with the God power. He was regular base form at that point. And so right now, I guess what Toriyama is trying to do is kind of fix Battle of Gods. Not that
he's trying to make it more of a god than more of a power up, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
So Beerus fucking smacks him. What the hell?
He stabs him.
He stabs him. That's right.
He
stabs Goku.
After he
stopped all the things.
He stops all the little.
And
atoms.
then Goku, and it looked like he fucking killed Goku just about.
Which we know he didn't. Yeah. But at that moment, he stabs Goku.
He pulls out his arm, and it's just flame energy there, flame aura, the god energy, and he just falls to earth, falls into the ocean, and he really does stab him. He goes like this, and he pulls out his hand like this, like it did go inside Goku's body. Yep. It was a killing blow. So
Goku
goes in the water.
He flies.
He's
down.
like, it's like he kind of thinks, I can't believe he's so powerful, and he's like, this excites me, and he wakes up, and it shows his wound, and the energy like disappears and his wound's healed.
Yeah, it's kind of like the energy went into the wound and healed himself.
What I think is I think I almost went to sleep mode. That scared me. What I think is they're doing different in this is they're showing that the god power. It feels like he's truly more of a god now. Like, he got stabbed, blood should have came out. No blood came out. It's just energy. Like, he is a god for real now.
As if now he is a god.
And so, like, wounds aren't gonna fucking kill him.
Mm-hmm.
It just healed.
And you know, this also, which kind of connects one theory, only a god can harm a god, right? So Beerus is the god of destruction, and he stabs Goku with his fingertips, and Goku doesn't bleed. He doesn't really get hurt.
Oh, he look like he almost died, but it's like then his like god power is like awoken him. He's like, okay, he gets stronger. He flies out of the water. At this moment, before that even happened, when he healed and he woke up, before he flew out of the water, it panned back to Vegeta, and Vegeta smirked.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck does Vegeta know? You can't sense God key energy. Mm-hmm. So, but he smirks like, oh, Goku healed himself. Goku's gonna come back.
But like at first, they panned to Vegeta, and he was serious, as if he was just anticipating.
And then he smirks when Goku's fine.
He's like, oh yeah.
So why is he smirking? And here's why. I feel like you said earlier. I truly feel like Vegeta. This is how he's gonna have his god powers. Yeah. He somehow got a taste of the god powers too, and which
explains
how he can keep up.
And so now it's really gonna get interesting. The Battle of Gods arc is coming to a close. We have like 2 more episodes to go.
I think it's the last episode next week.
The next episode is the last one, right?
Of this arc.
Yeah.
And
episode 13 is gonna go start the Frieza arc. And right now, we still have a lot of questions about not Battle of Gods, but the God forms.
But they're slowly showing what he can do.
And every time they provide an answer, 2 more questions come up because it's just so good. You know, I want more. This is the DBZ, the Dragon Ball that we all fell in love with. You know, it took 11 episodes for them to finally pick up and give the fans what we've been wanting. Action.
Yeah.
You know, it was 20 minutes of action. There was barely any talking. It was nonstop action. And, you know, if you watch the previous video that we uploaded, I mentioned that I think it's kind of like a 6 out of 10 right now.
Yeah.
This definitely brought it up to like an 8, maybe a 8.5 out of 10 right now.
This episode on its own was like
probably a 9.5 out of 10. It was great. I love the art style that they implemented. If Naruto fans, if you watch this episode, refer back to Jiraiya versus Pain. This reminded me a lot of Jiraiya versus Pain. You know, Pain rips Jiraiya's arms off, throws him into the lake. He's falling down. He's dying. He's thinking. This reminded me a lot of that.
That scene does remind you,
And you know, it was great.
In this scene, Goku fucking wakes up, goes to space, super fast.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that. He powers up, and Beerus is like, I'm gonna fight you full force now.
Yup.
Ready.
And now
that's the end of the episode. Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. And then they show the preview for the next episode. We won't talk too much about that if you haven't seen it yet, but
it's gonna wrap up everything.
Yeah, it's gonna wrap up everything and
lead them to the new stuff that we all want to know.
Yup. and this is, to conclude this is what Battle of Gods should have been.
Yeah.
By far. You know, I give Battle of Gods in general like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It was good for the amount of time that it took for it to come out, you know. But this Dragon Ball Super, I like the direction it's going now.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's getting better. I knew it was gonna get better. I just knew.
It was a matter of time.
We all were kind of bored as Dragon Ball. We all know what was going on, but now I have a feeling the next arc is gonna be slightly different than the movie, like they did with this.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what's going on, even though we know what's gonna happen.
This episode was by far a huge curveball. Yeah. If you watched Battle of Gods, throw everything that you've learned from that movie out the window. Because this is nowhere near similar to Battle of Gods.
I mean, it's similar, but very different at the same time.
Yeah, you know, the only thing that I saw similar was that they were going back and forth. However, in Battle of Gods, Goku was not challenging Beerus to this extent. Yep. He was not. And then Beerus just turns it around.
He was trying to keep up, it seemed like, in that movie.
Yeah. And you know, Beerus, he gets challenged for a moment, but because he was toying with him. Yeah. In Battle of Gods, you don't really see the evil side of Beerus. It introduced Beerus. We know he's a guy of destruction.
He seems like a really badass motherfucker in this one. Like,
in this one,
he's a fucking threatening person.
Yep.
Very threatening. And Battle of Gods became playful a lot. This one's like, nah, I want to blow up the Earth, and I'm gonna try it right now.
He was like, you know what? If you don't get strong enough, I'm gonna kill everybody. That's
there's
basically
that
what he's
exchange
saying.
they had in between. He's like, Goku's like, do you not care about human lives? It's like, what does human lives have to do with gods? Like,
we're two gods
battle.
fighting.
It's like, this is a battle between gods. Like, what do human lives have? Like, what does it even matter?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, whoa, like he is a god. Like, what does a planet full of billions of people matter to him?
Yep.
He can blow up the fucking universe.
And this raises the question: is Beerus evil or good?
I just think he's
just like a neutral guy.
It doesn't matter.
He just does whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
You know.
So with that, we're gonna leave it there. I know it was a long review, but it was a really good episode, and we had a lot to say about that. So if you stick around, please let us know if you sticked around for the whole video. Comment your thoughts on what you thought of the episode, and please go ahead and give a like to the video. Subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget, I'm still have that $50 iTunes gift card I'm doing on my Twitter. Go and check it out. Check out my Twitter and my other social medias. I have links in the section below. So just click over there. And we'll catch you next time. All right?
Peace out, bitches.
Oh, yeah.